Hey everybody, my next guests are the creators, actors, and talent involved in a fantastic independent film called Breaking Wind, a celebration of friendships, waves, and the wild moments that shape us all. Here they are to tell us all about it. It's Courtney AUTERA and DARYA Bradshaw. Say it right? I was
Yes.
going to go with
Hi.
Dasha, but I said, let's go with DARYA.
Yeah, both names work.
This is awesome to have you both on here. Your film has been getting a lot of buzz and attention locally lately. A lot of people talking about it, anticipating the big premiere tomorrow. Um, with just really happy to have you both on here. I feel like I've kind of watched Courtney grow up through the stand-up comedy scene here, and that's it's pretty awesome to see that you guys have this film coming out. So tell me a little bit about this film, Breaking Wind. What inspired the title, Breaking Wind?
Well, first of all, thanks so much for having us. We're really excited to be here, talk about the film and our premiere party that's tomorrow. We're so excited, and we've been working so hard to make sure that everything is perfect so that everybody can have a fun time and really immerse themselves into our coastal chaos. But
Nice.
Breaking Wind, the title, we wanted something that was beachy with a little comedic flair. I feel like it's been this unspoken thing. People are like, "Do you know what that means?" And we're
Yeah, we're
like,
like, yeah,
"Yeah,
it
we
was
do.
intentional.
We do know what."
Oh, like you had some people being like, "Ladies, do you know what Breaking Wind means on the streets? The streets have it that it's maybe about farts or something."
We're like, "Oh my
Yeah.
God, really? Oh no, that was so not our intention at all with this comedy
But
film."
you have to, one has to watch the film to find out why it's called Breaking Wind. Exactly. And
Yes.
where, what scene. I'm not going to spoil anything.
No, we can't spoil
Yeah.
anything, but it is.
But it works its way into the film. So the Breaking Wind title isn't just the title to, for comedic flair. It actually works. It's in the storyline.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely. And
it's in
there's a
there.
big like surf atmosphere throughout the whole film. So you can almost, it's like a play on words, like the waves breaking
Hmm.
Right.
to like bring in our aesthetic into our comedy.
Nice. I
Yeah.
love that it focuses on the Long Island kind of beach culture because I feel like, and tell me if I'm wrong, I love the Long Island beach culture. I'm out here out east, right. I'm in Manorville, right by the Hamptons, West Hampton beaches, Dune Road, all that stuff. I love
Yes.
the beach culture out here. But I feel like it's overlooked by the rest of the world as far as, or the rest of
Yes,
the
I could
country.
not agree
We
more.
could not agree more. We were saying like on Jen's podcast that actually like we feel like in movies Long Island is always portrayed as either Hamptons or mafia.
Right.
And
Yeah.
like there are these like beach culture is a huge part of
Why we all live
Long
here and
Island.
struggle through the
Yeah.
winter is for the summers.
Hmm.
Right.
Special here, and there really is nothing like it. A lot of my inspiration was wanting to make this almost a love letter towards that, to our beach community, to our surfers, the people that we love that bring us smiles and joy every day. And
Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
'Cause-
we're
yeah.
focusing more on that than,
Yeah,
yeah.
because like you said, like when people think about Long Island, like I've been in other places. I lived in Georgia and I lived in North Carolina for a long time. When people think Long Island, they think the big hair, chewing gum, like, hey, that's like
How you
normally how they
doing?
make fun of us. And they know that we love bagels and bacon, egg, and cheeses, but they don't really take it understand that no, we have beaches everywhere. We're on an island. I used to tell people I live on an island.
We
Yeah.
do.
Yeah,
Exactly. We just want to have a very authentic take on Long Island from, people who grew up here. And it's very special to me too about like because I'm moving to California this summer. So everyone always says, you never appreciate where you grew up until you leave. And I feel like I'm at that point where I'm like, oh my God, wait, like my hometown is kind of amazing and it was a beautiful place to grow up in.
Hmm.
yeah. Where did you guys grow up? Did you both grow up together, or did you grow up in different places?
No,
No.
I lived in Bayshore my whole life.
All right, I'm Brentwood. I'm a Brentwood native. So Brentwood Bayshore, you're right there.
Yeah, we're
And
the
I grew up in
neighbors.
Kings Park. I'm a fifth generation Bradshaw.
Ah, there you go.
Yep.
So
Hmm.
Kings Park's right around the way too. So yeah, you
Yeah, we
guys are
got
like,
a South Shore girl and a North Shore girl.
Mhm.
yeah. Which beaches do you think are the better? I think for me, South Shore is nice sandy beaches, but I love the North Shore. It just feels like I love, the vibe of the North Shore beach. You can't really go swimming and enjoy it that way. You can, but it's not the same. But at least out here, I'm in, the North Fork, Long Island, like Sag Harbor, those types of areas over there. But
Mhm.
I guess like the view, I like how it looks better. What do you guys think?
I think
South
the
Shore.
North Shore is beautiful, but as a surfer, I'm completely biased. I need to surf. I need the South Shore waves, and I just
Yeah.
love it. It's different. And I think it's special that we have both options, so you don't have to leave the state to go explore something different.
Like two completely different style of beaches.
And lifestyles. Yeah.
Yeah, from like, and it's literally like you could just drive, was it like a half hour from one to the other, something like that.
Sometimes, yeah,
Yeah, it's awesome.
it
What's the
is.
go-to beach? I see a lot of people surfing on like Jones Beach and things.
Yeah, so this film actually takes place at Gilgo Beach where I do surf and our community surfs at. So
Nice.
yeah, a friend recently told me, she said, that's really bold of you to create a film about us and our place and our people. And I was like, yep, it is.
Yeah.
And then she gave me a high five. It was great. It was a great moment, but
I
it's
think,
true.
and hopefully you bring some positive attention on Gilgo Beach because
That's the
Yeah.
goal.
We're rebranding Yogo.
Mhm.
Yeah. People, my friends from like out of state, when they hear that we shot at Gilgo, they're like, "Oh my God, be careful." I'm like, it's
It's fine.
yeah, nothing bad happened on the actual beach.
right,
And
exactly.
nothing about that is addressed or a part of the story at all. This is
Yeah.
completely different. It's more true to what our culture really is like, not the buzz in the media of what they say it's like.
Right,
Yeah.
and that's why I love it because it's an authentic story about Long Island beaches from people who are from Long Island and love the Long Island beaches. And Daria, you're an actual surfer, right? That's what you do.
Yep.
So that's pretty awesome. So
We
so
surfers in it. Quite a few.
how is the surf community here on Long Island?
So special. Oh my gosh, there's so much love. And you see some people, you might only see them once a year at the beach in the summer. And every time you give them a big smile and a big hug, buy them a beer, something like that. And it just brings so much love into your heart and into your life and into your day. So even if
It's
you don't remember everybody's name, you always remember the feeling that they bring you. And
nice.
you'll feel like a local celebrity here when you really immerse yourself into that community.
I
And
always equated like
that
surfing
gift.
as being very spiritual and with the,
Absolutely.
like amongst the elements, the water, the sun, the sand. It's just very kind
Yeah,
of
it totally is. You connect with the ocean, and the ocean when you surf, whatever the conditions are that day, your performance as a surfer will is a reflection of your mental state. So if it's the calmest day ever, but you're not calm up here, your surfing will not be so good. But it could be a really rough, choppy day, and maybe you're like going through it, but you decide like, okay, I'm gonna surf. It's gonna be good for me. I'm gonna feel better after because you always do. And you can have the best surf day ever. Sometimes my best surf days are when I'm angry, which isn't very often, but it's a really beautiful way to connect with yourself, to connect with nature, to ground and just recenter.
That's a great way to put it because I could see that if you're angry and you get out there and just become entrenched in the vibes of just being outside and the sun and the sand and the water, it could because I for me I just take a walk outside and I could feel better. And if
Absolutely. Yeah, they say emotion is energy in motion. So if you feel motion, you just sit with it, it's just gonna feel uncomfortable. But if you get outside under the sun and the fresh air, move your body, and surfing is a full body workout. So any emotion in here is getting moved out and through you, which is good. It's healthy for you. It's what we're supposed to do as humans.
I gotta get on a surfboard.
Yeah, you
I
Yeah.
do.
gotta I gotta get. I've never tried it. I've never been surfing yet.
Oh,
Me
well,
either.
this
I'm
summer's the
learning this
time.
summer, so
Yeah.
if you want to
Nice.
come down to Gilgo.
Mhm.
Yeah, maybe I'll come out to Gilgo. We'll all go surfing and
Oh, absolutely. Join the crew.
yeah, become one with the all the
Yeah. And
spirituality.
at the
Yes.
premiere tomorrow, we may be raffling off surf lessons with a professional surf coach.
That may or may not be happening. Only
Wow.
some will find out.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to come out and check out the film Breaking Wind. It's all about um so like it's about the surf culture and Long Island, but it also is about these three young ladies. So
Yes.
tell me about like kind of the plot and the characters and all that stuff.
Yeah, so the plot is like three best friends who are all very successful in their fields reunite in their hometown for a girls' weekend, but things go sideways when one of their brothers shows up, who my character Camilla falls for. And that kind of creates a conflict between me and another character throughout the film. And yeah, the boys end up going to a bar and ending up in a sketchy tequila deal with a weirdo bartender. Um, and
Yeah.
yeah,
And you got to see how it
you
plays
gotta see how
out.
it plays out.
So who wrote this? This is pretty
We
layered.
wrote
We
it
both read
together.
it.
Courtney and
Oh,
we wrote it, directed it, produced it, et cetera, independent. You know how it goes.
a lot of work goes into those. I've done a
Yeah.
few little indies, short indies. Is this a full length? Like
No.
This is about a little under 30 minutes.
okay, yeah.
So it's like a longish short
It's like a
film.
pilot to a TV series. Think of it
Yeah.
like a sitcom episode.
And I give you ladies all the credit in the world because it's one thing everybody talks about. Ah, I got an idea for a movie. Wouldn't it be great if we did this and did that? And it's another thing to actually make it happen, and then see it to fruition, to see it to the end, from conception to completion. So this is a big deal. I give you ladies a lot of credit because there's so many things that pop up along the way. You know, it's hard to get um, just timing it out, like just setting up the schedule when you got to get um, actors, talent, cast, crew, and then location. All the matchup is a pain in the neck, but also just writing it and take me through some of the trials and tribulations you've faced along the way with this one.
Yeah, sure. I will say we've been really, really lucky and grateful to build a sustainable system for ourselves that we can do all of these things and have all of these roles and do it all ourselves with an amazing team, of course. But we've had a great balance of grounding down and reprioritizing where we need to, focusing on our main goals that are the most important to us and moving forward that way rather than getting so wrapped up and sucked into things that maybe didn't go exactly how we thought, because that's probably the biggest lesson you learn in film production is to be able to roll with the punches, go with the flow, work with what
Yeah.
you've got is kind of the motto. But
Especially in indie filmmaking.
yeah,
Sure.
yeah, but what do you have
Oh,
anything
we
more?
did have the recast. So
That's right.
our character Travie T, one of the actors dropped out about I would say like a week before our first shoot day. So we had to recast really fast. So what we did was, we reach out to people in our community and we ended up finding this incredible actor, Chris Glowacki. Um, my friend Jack knows him, so he helped cast Chris and also my acting studio, Take Two in Huntington, also recommended him, and we were like beyond impressed with his performance, and
He
we
was
cast him
great.
immediately.
I looked at his headshot and I knew he was
Yeah,
going to
and
be the
he even in the email he, like apologized. He was like,
guy.
my hair's a little longer now than it is in this headshot. And we were like, no, like that's
Perfect, even better.
perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're
Yeah.
playing a surfer, you want to have that kind of long, wavy hair. Uh,
Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. And he did great. He really took the character and ran with it in the exact direction we wanted to go. He had so much fun with it. We had fun interacting with him. There was immediate chemistry there. It couldn't have
Yeah.
worked out better,
That's
really.
what I
Thank
love
you.
about it. Yeah, I love when, especially on indie films, but it happens a lot in all kinds of situations. But I call them like happy accidents. Like if something goes wrong, but you have to pivot and create something on the fly, or even maybe add a line here or there, or like in this case, a whole new actor. I would say nine out of 10 times the move becomes a positive one.
I couldn't agree more.
Mhm.
I think that those little mistakes or unintentional things or happy accidents are the little like golden flakes that make it even better than what you could have written yourself. We have some moments in our script even where in certain takes where we almost broke character, but not quite. And it was just so funny and it worked that we just kept it in and it was a better take with that different thing than if we did it exactly how it was in the script.
How are you guys when it comes to the acting portion, as far as being directors and actors, as far as staying on script verbatim? Do you give the actors
We did
leeway?
a lot of rehearsing throughout
Mhm.
the writing process, actually, because our whole cast are friends of ours, friends
Yeah,
and
so it's a
actors.
mix of professional actors, but also we had two people who made their acting debuts. So we just wanted to make sure that their introduction to professional acting was as enjoyable as possible. We wanted them to feel comfortable and prepared. So yeah, we did a lot of hangout slash rehearsals
Mm,
and made sure that they were ready for the screen.
yeah, and it worked out great. It did.
Really great, yeah.
Because we all have natural chemistry,
Yeah.
learning the lines wasn't too difficult. And for example, if I phrase something one way in the script, I would say, okay, but as long as you get the point across, that's what matters more. Like, let's tell a strong story here rather than you phrase your sentence exactly how I wrote it and it sounds weird out of your mouth. I don't want that. We
Right,
want it to be
yeah.
natural and effortless and fun and light and easy and flowing.
Right on. Yeah, I find that a lot too. It's better. Exactly what you said. I like when the actors stay on script, but make it their own, if that makes sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and every character has such a strong personality in their own way that us as writers, we're writing in our personality a lot because we're writing characters for ourselves too, and trying to write responses to that, like imagining somebody else's shoes. It's really, really fun. But
Mhm.
sometimes our personalities can bleed in a little bit, and we wanted to give that freedom.
Now, with the writing process, when you two both decided you were going to create this film and start working together on it, was that organic as well, or like, and take me
Absolutely,
through the process
very
of,
much.
was it together, or did you like email
Yeah.
each other correspondence, or how'd you?
It was
Oh,
together.
yeah, we love to hang out at this place called Island Cava. And we drink Kratom and one day like we both hate winter. We get seasonal depression. So one
Same
day we
here.
sat down. Yeah, we sat down at Island Cava and we were like, "You know what? Let's just come up with ideas for potential scripts just for fun."
Brainstorm.
We didn't know if would do anything with them. We just wanted to get creative to distract ourselves from the snow outside.
Yep.
And
Give us something productive to do.
yeah.
Come together, be creative. It's a low season for our industry, as you know, at this time of year in the winter time. So, like, let's give us something to do to use our skills and keep working and keep that momentum up
Mhm.
and hopefully keep us focused on something so we're not so focused on what we're feeling. And that day, too, that we came up with all these ideas, we ran into one friend who wanted to be a part of it. And then another friend wanted to be a part of it that
Yeah.
came into the shop. And then we were telling some friends about it. And they're like, oh, that sounds cool. I want to be a part of it. And it just grew and grew and grew. Even to this day, we have added more crew members onto our list in the
Yeah.
last, like, within the last few days. So it's really beautiful how we've brought together our people because we also kind of get a little isolated in the winter. So it was a great way to come together in community without having that natural togetherness that summer brings with all the events and outdoors and everything.
No, that's awesome because you're bringing it. You're being creative and productive, and you still have that sense of community even during the winter months, which like you said, a lot of times people hibernate or they isolate and all that kind of stuff. So I think that's pretty cool that that this summer movie was birthed out of the winter.
Yeah, we're summer girls. What can we
Yeah.
say?
There you
We're
go.
loving this weather.
Yeah, we
The
are.
90s, it's perfect.
It is.
And like so as far as like did you guys have with a budget did you have like a Kickstarter or any of that kind of stuff, or how did you fundraise money, or like was it a shoestring? Because
All
like,
out of pocket, baby.
Yeah. Well, the
yeah,
beautiful thing about this film is our crew, we just collaborated with a bunch of professional friends who we've all wanted to work together for a long time. So we just all came together and created this passion project,
Hmm.
but it is still done professionally because all our crew
Yeah.
members are working filmmakers. So yeah, our budget was pretty low, and then like we had a deal with Seabreeze, the bar that we shot at. We had a connection there. So, uh, yeah, we indie filmmaking doesn't
Yeah.
have to be expensive. I think that's
No,
the biggest misconception,
I
especially
agree.
for comedy.
Yeah.
You don't need any special effects or
right,
anything.
yeah,
So,
Yeah, our goal with this production was how could we make something as easily as possible because we're going to have lower energy levels and lower motivational levels in this season that we're creating it in. Let's make this
mhm.
as fun and easy and light and enjoyable for all of us so that we can get it done and we can actually do it and move forward and make it happen.
right, and yeah, and to your point, um, y- indie films doesn't have to be expensive. And as long as the writing is there and you have the good actors and all that stuff and you have a good crew. And I don't know if I don't know if you both go to Five Towns or just Courtney, I know has gone to Five Towns, but the crew we used for my film was all Five Towns people.
Mhm.
And they all came out and they wanted to do the best, and they did it pro bono, and they did it because they believed in the project. And when you have everybody, it sounds like it was similar to what you guys have done. When you have everybody pulling on the same rope and wanting to make something great, it's not only a great atmosphere, but it's also, everybody's proud of the final product, and
Mhm.
and everybody feels like the ownership of it to some degree, you know?
Absolutely. And we've
Exactly.
gotten a lot of great feedback as we've been sharing on social media, some promotional stuff, some behind the scenes, more like deep dives on Patreon as well. Everyone is
Yeah.
really happy with it. And we're happy about that because this is a shared thing.
Yeah, one thing that has helped us a lot is our friend Sam Lesser. She was our behind the scenes photographer. So all of the pictures of us on set that you see, those were all taken by Sam. And I have to say that really helped us a lot with our marketing campaign. It really got the word out there, showed
Mhm.
everyone, hey, like this is professionally done. Like, come see our movie.
Yeah.
So that's something I've been recommending to a
Yeah,
lot of
Sam is amazing
filmmakers.
because
Yeah.
she has the eye, the talent.
Hmm.
She did all the photography. I edited them so that the coloring would match the coloring of the film itself. And it really does translate seamlessly, which we're so happy with. And she's a friend, so it was so fun to have her on set and hang out with us. And it was really great having her. So anybody should hire her.
That's awesome. And you guys, you edited the whole thing as well?
That's me.
That's her. She's the
Nice.
technical side.
Yep. It's a lot, but
That's
it's a good a lot.
yes, that's to me, I'm an editor by trade as well. And to me, that's when it starts. That's when all of a sudden the real, look, I love all the acting and all that stuff and filming it and shooting and getting in the can, but everyone's now done and it all
Mhm.
starts for you.
Yep, that's where
Yeah.
the real magic happens is
Very
making a
true.
ton of raw footage look magical, look seamless and engaging and keeping the energy levels, keeping the momentum of the energy levels throughout it flowing in the right way, keeping the energy high and happy and silly, and you'll just have to see.
And you could make a lot of magic happen in the edit too. You could change performances, you could change timing of things, you can make it really work. And that's the advantage of being the writer, director and editor is you know exactly what you want. So
Exactly.
so you're able to mold it.
I actually learned that I started as an editor in film production and I kind of worked my way backwards in my discovery of love for film. And something that I learned along the way is that editors, and I'm not just saying this to, like pat myself on the back, but editors make great directors and whatnot because we know how the final product's going to be. And then it's
Mhm.
kind of like vice versa because we directed it and wrote it, we know how we want it to edit, how we want the sequence to flow and what clips I want to put where and all the other nerdy technical things.
I always look at editors as like the bass player in a rock band, you know?
Oh,
Like
I love that.
like
That is.
it's keeping the rhythm, but it's also unsung, so to speak.
Mhm.
But it's such an important part of the process. And like you said, it can make great directors. It makes a director look brilliant. Meanwhile, it could have been a correction made in the edit or something along those lines too. So it's a team, and that's like I like to put it as a band because you're making a song essentially. You know,
We are. That's a great reference. I always believe that I have a friend in music production. We talk about art a lot. Giancarlo, he's actually the soundtrack artist on our
He
film.
is.
And every time we talk about art together, it's so fascinating. And I love how much it translates, learning about music production and learning about film production and the philosophies of being an artist in two completely different mediums. Like I'm the eyes and he's the ears, but it all it all works. It all makes the same sense somehow.
yeah, exactly. It's all magic.
It's all magic. You just have to be open to the magic and show up
Exactly.
for the magic, for the magic to show up for you.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's what I love. I think the key to all art, regardless of what it is, dance, painting, drawing, filmmaking, music, is emotion. You got to
Hmm.
be in tune with your emotions. I think that's what separates great art from regular art, so to speak. I think if you could look at a painting and it makes you cry, just a painting, there's something special inside that. That's emotions that the artist had when he painted it. And the same thing I think with any performance, whether it's acting or even filmmaking or editing or however the art comes. I think that's the key. So I think you got to stay true to your emotions and let it out, let it come out.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I think a lot of people are going to relate to what the characters go through in our film. I mean, it's more of a fun, light story. There is tension, but it's not anything insane. We really just made it because we want people to be happy. But I think there are a lot of themes in our film that people, especially in their 20s, could connect to, and I think you'll move them a lot.
Yeah,
And
it's about being somewhere between when you're in your 20s, between living that dream life, that career goal or lifestyle or whatever it is to whatever character you are in this world. Being somewhere between that and still striving for more and feeling like you're not there yet because 20s are that weird in between where you're not a kid and not a teenager anymore, but you're not fully grown up yet. Our brains are still developing. So it's that kind of like confusing yet so fun period where we have a lot of
Yeah.
freedom and
it's a
and
great time. I love the 20s.
yeah,
I miss my 20s. So yeah, definitely enjoy your 20s.
that's the
But
goal. That's the plan.
but I love the idea of like kind of like a coming of age because each of the girls featured in this, which are you were two of them, but one's like a surfer, the other one's like a businesswoman, the other one right, something like that. Each one has a profession.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Camilla, which is played by
Yeah.
Courtney, she's a professional comedian with a show.
There you
I
go. Go
won't spoil
figure.
it. I won't spoil it actually beyond that. And I'm a pro surfer. And then Citrine, I play Marina. And then Citrine, played by Anne Marie G. She is a spiritual entrepreneur. So she holds retreats and wellness events all over the world in her character and her story.
So these characteristics aren't far off from the real people.
No,
No.
not far off. We're almost like manifesting in a way that we become these people,
Hmm.
just hopefully more mature than the character.
Maybe not. Never
Maybe
grow
not,
up.
yeah.
Never grow up. You
Yeah,
could, what
never grow
the
up,
show
huh?
says, you could grow old, but you can't grow up.
True
Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah.
Once you grow up, I think you lose the battle.
Yeah.
I'm 53, but I still feel young. I only time I feel 53 is when I look in the mirror and I see this face, and then I'm like, oh my God, what happened?
I think comedy keeps you young.
Yeah.
I feel like people who follow their passions always stay a little younger.
Hmm. I
Yeah,
agree. I think that's what we're supposed to do as humans.
but it's also cool that you have written this with the wherewithal of that you're in your 20s and this kind of coming of age. It must be cathartic. Is there anything you learned about yourselves and during the writing process?
Ooh, that's a great question.
I think so both our writing styles, which is really interesting, are very different. Like, I mean, you know me, Don, like I'm very comedic. Usually when I write, it's over the top, wacky stuff. And Dasha's film work is just so like beautiful. It's
Thank you.
very cinematic, it's very romantic and grounded. And I think we meshed these two styles well with each other. So I feel like I learned a lot about writing through Dasha's process, and I learned how to open up and use emotions other than laughter when creating a story.
Yeah, I think we did a great job at blending depth with wacky comedy.
Yeah,
And I
we
think
really
that's what
did.
makes our story and our script so strong because it's not just wacky and all over the place. Not that I'm saying that you write that way.
I do.
But I love that. And I love that you're so fun and open and fiery that like let's go there. Let's make it as crazy as can be. Why not? We're doing art. And then bringing that back into what are humans watching this going to relate to? How can they see themselves in this? How are they going to enjoy this? And I hope that they do tomorrow at the premiere. And I think the
Yes.
margaritas will help, the
Oh
Swell Taco
yeah.
margaritas.
So we want everyone to get there. Doors open at 6:30 tomorrow, and Swell Taco, our sponsor, will be there serving margs. We want everyone to start drinking and put some raffle tickets in, and then we'll head to the theater and, really
Well, it'll all
watch
be
the
in the
well, it'll be in
theater.
the
It'll
theater,
all be in
but
the theater.
yeah, but have some margs, put some raffles in. We have a 50-50 too. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's gonna be a
It's
fun
gonna be
This
so
night.
sounds
much
great.
fun. Yeah.
And where is it? I'm trying
At
to.
South Bay Cinemas in West Babylon tomorrow at 6:30. You could buy your ticket online on their website. Make sure you click for June 26th, and you'll see Breaking Wind up there.
Awesome. And yeah, that's right by Looney Tunes, right? The
Yep.
yeah, okay. I know Looney Tunes very well. I know that theater. I think I've seen a couple movies through the years in my lifetime in that theater. I used to work not too far from there, and that was kind of my stomping grounds.
Oh, nice.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so that's cool. So it's right there in West Babylon. Everyone's got to go check it out at the Great Bay Theater. And
South Bay
And they
South
just
Cinemas.
Bay, South
played.
Bay.
Looks
Yep.
incredible.
It's beautiful. All the seats
Yeah.
recline. They're so comfortable. We did our test screening the other day there. It was amazing seeing our film on the big screen and feeling how real it
Yeah.
was, but also those seats were so comfortable. So
It's got to be so rewarding for you both to and for everyone involved in this film because all the hard work that goes into it, from the writing it in the wintertime to shooting it and then making it happen, and now you're seeing yourselves on the big screen. That alone is such a big reward. I can't express it enough how many people talk about it and never do it, and you guys have accomplished that, and that alone is a win. So how does it feel like to take me through the
it's
achieving your goal, having it completed?
I
Feels
feel
so
full
good.
of so much like love and I feel like Courtney's fire and motivation and the doing it too. I feel like that's something that we have in common. Like, let's actually do it. Let's get it done. We
Yeah.
hold each other accountable so well throughout the process.
We do. Like I'm basically living at Dasha's house this week. Like we've just been holding each other accountable, making sure we're, taking care of ourselves, but also staying motivated to get what we need to get done. And yeah, it's like,
It's great. A
yeah.
team is definitely an essential, if not a team, at least a badass partner. And yeah, I really can't like doing this with Courtney. I've like journaled about it, like pages and pages of love for this girl.
That's awesome.
And yeah, even I didn't even anticipate Breaking Wind becoming as big as it is now, and I love it and I'm here for it. I'm so grateful that it is, and it's so exciting. But I really just thought we were gonna do something for fun and throw it up on the internet on Patreon and go from there. And we're still gonna put it on Patreon after the screening so that
Yeah.
people who don't
Patreon,
attend,
festivals,
yeah,
but premiere is our primary focus
yeah, the
right now.
premiere tomorrow is our primary focus. But yeah, I'm just so excited that it's becoming everything that it is, and it's still becoming bigger and bigger as we continue on with the next phase after the premiere tomorrow.
Awesome. Well,
Mhm.
everyone needs to go out and see this at the South Bay Theater in West Babylon tomorrow. Get some margaritas, go check out the film, have some fun. It's going to be a blast. I'm really proud of you both for pulling this off. I think this is awesome. I love everything about it. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to get some margaritas and hang out and watch this thing. So I'm
Yes.
uh, this has been awesome, ladies. I appreciate it. Tell everybody where they could find you, follow you, see more information about the movie and all that stuff.
Absolutely. Do you want to go
Yes,
first?
I'll start. So we're very active on Instagram, I would say. My personal account is Courtney Altera, Courtney with a C, and then my last name is AUTERA. And my business account is Cacao Entertainment. That's CACAO Entertainment. And that's where I post more about all the movies and comedy stuff I'm working on.
Awesome.
And my Instagram is Darya C Films, DARYASEA Films, all one word. I'm also posting about Breaking Wind and related projects on there. That's my personal slash professional account. And then I also have a Patreon. So if you did a web link, it'd be patreon.com slash Darya C Films. And that's where I have more deep dives into the behind the scenes, films that you could stream or rent. Honestly, all sorts of next level creative content that you won't see on Instagram.
Mhm.
And I love my members on there. So thank you for everybody who is already a member.
Yeah, and we're also on IMDb, so you
Yeah.
can look up Breaking Wind on
Mhm.
IMDb. We are not the vampire movie. Make sure you see the picture at the beach. That's us.
Awesome. Well, best of luck to you both. I'm looking forward to seeing this and also going out to Gilgo and learning how to surf. So
Yeah, we're gonna
let's
have
make
such a
it.
great summer. This is a kickoff to the summer, this premiere party. Summer is officially beginning, and let's do it.
Let's
Yeah,
do it.
thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much for having
Thank
us.
you. You ladies are the best. Everybody check it out. Breaking Wind, everybody. Daria and Courtney. Thank you.
Thank you. See you tomorrow, Don.
See you tomorrow.